How's it going, guys? So it's been quite a while. I think the last video I did was put up just before Christmas, just after Christmas actually, because I had problems with my internet. It wouldn't let me upload anything. I was just like, fuck's sake. So eventually I got that up, but it was after Christmas. So this is after Christmas now. So I hope everyone had a good New Year's, and I hope you all got everything you wanted for Christmas. And I hope you're all looking forward to this year. I certainly am. I'm hoping to add some quality titles to the collection. But right, so Christmas stuff. So this is what I got for Christmas. I know it feels weird talking about Christmas in January now, but so I got a PlayStation VR. I may have mentioned that in a previous video. Was it worth it? I think it was 250 quid with the camera and the headset, obviously, and Skyrim VR. So I ain't played that yet. I've never played Skyrim, even though I've got it on some other system somewhere, sealed as well. I've played the demo, the thing you get with it. Is it the VR Worlds? VR World? I think that's what the demo is, yeah. Yeah, it's quite good. I was worried I was going to get like motion sickness, and some games do give you motion sickness, and some games don't give me at all. More so the ones where you're like moving really fast and stuff. Just like I think there's one where you're in a diving rig and you like drop down through the ocean and you look at all the sea creatures and stuff. And it's kind of cool. I think sort of thing you go on that once and then it's sort of like, yeah, that was cool. I think there's a London Heist on there as well, where you're like shooting stuff. Surprisingly, the bit in the van where you're going like a dual carriageway and you're shooting everyone, didn't make me feel sick. I thought it would, because obviously it's a movement. But obviously my brain was like, yep, I'm there. This beanbag, it's uncomfortable. There's one where they shoot balls at you and you have to like head them back. And then there's one where you're in a rig, like a mech, and you've got to go look for... I don't know what you're supposed to do in it, because within 5 seconds I was just like, get this fucking thing off me, it's making me feel sick. And I really did try to play it. I thought, the more I play it, the more I might feel alright, but yeah. I must have played it for like literally a couple of minutes. I was trying to force myself to push through. I was sweating and everything. I was just like, I feel fucking terrible. So I think I took it off and went to sleep because I was just feeling really, really bad. Which leads me on to this other game I got for Christmas, a VR game, Drive Club. It's still sealed. I'm probably never going to play it because I hear this is really bad for motion sickness. So there's a reoccurring trend here, you see. Buying these games, I won't be able to play them. But like I say, stuff where you're stationary is fine. I can do that. So there is some games out there where you can do that. I can't think of any. I've seen one where you're at like a checkout and you're like scanning stuff and you've got to shoot Fruity Shooty, I think it's called. That was pretty cool. Job Simulator is supposed to be good as well, and they're all quite stationary, so I might give them a go. But if I paid the original $350 when it came out, I'd probably been a bit disappointed, especially because you have to buy the camera separately, which was like 45 quid. And then the Move remotes, which I already had, luckily, from when I had a PS3. Sort of adding up, it would have been, you're talking like 450 quid before you've even and a PS4. If you didn't have a PS4, you'd need that as well. So for 350 quid, yeah, it's sort of 250 quid, what I paid for it, with Skyrim, I thought, you know what, that's pretty good. It's quite kind of a novelty. I wouldn't say it was a gimmick as such, but I don't think the technology's there yet. I hear the Vive and the Oculus is good, but yeah, I feel that's where gaming's going to be going in the future, and I assume once they get it all figured out into tricking your brain that you're actually there, it'll be pretty good. So yeah, that's what I got for Christmas, and I got 2 other games, not the VR related, and I've played one of them, and it's fucking... I can't stop playing it, to be fair. Especially over Christmas where I had so much time off. I was like, wake up, I've got to go on that game. And that was Ys 8. And this is the day 1 edition. And when I got it, I was like, oh, but it's some shit like code or something. It's not. It's actually a soundtrack in there and an art book. So that's pretty cool. And I think that's really expensive to find. But I think Amanda got it cheap. I don't know where she got it from, but she said, yeah, it was cheap. And another one, I've been pestering Amanda to get me this, and as soon as she got it me for Christmas, I decided to play a different game. That's Persona 5, and I hear this is incredible. A lot of people saying it's their game of the year last year. If it's anything like Persona 4, then it will be incredible. So that is what I got for Christmas. Now the rest of the stuff is sort of a mixture, some carboot. It's all stacked up everywhere, so I can't really go, right, I'll do the carboot stuff first and then I'll do that. Actually, I will do the carboot stuff first because there's only a little bit of that. So, as always, I can't say no to a carboot. Didn't get much, but I got some alright stuff, to be fair. And the first thing I got was unprepared here, so I should have it ready. Yeah. Was an N64. Again, I'm stockpiling these things. And originally it was just on the floor like that with the cable in, nothing else with it. Asked the bloke how much it was. He said 35 quid. I was like, yeah, okay. Wandered off down the road, came back, and then yeah, there was a copy of Mario Kart in there. So I was like, all right. And then he pulled out 3 controllers as well. A nice red controller, a nice yellow controller, and your box standard grey controller. Asked him, I said, oh, is 35 your best? And he's like, yeah, I can sell the controllers for more. I was just like, good luck with that. So I thought, you know what? I was feeling a bit itchy, like I had to buy something because it was like, you know, I didn't want to go home empty-handed, and I thought 35 quid, to be fair. I mean, Mario Kart goes for about 25, so on the console you get 34, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Put that down. It's weird because when I give him the money, I go, yeah, I'll take that. I give him the money. He counted it. He went, I thought I said 45. I was like, no, mate, you said 35. And he's like, oh, all right, okay. I'm like, fucking hell. You literally told me like 3 seconds ago you wanted 35 quid for it. And one last thing I got. Now, I did see a chap, he had like, all he had was game stuff pretty much. And supposedly he did have like loads of DS and PS1 games. They got bought up straight away. But I noticed his pricing wasn't like £1 or £2 per game. And I've seen someone on Facebook post, because I saw them there and then they posted these games up. And so I know exactly what the bloke had. But his stuff was all priced up anyway, and it was reasonably priced, but I mean, there was no money really to be made in it, to be fair. It's just odd. It's just that these people, it's like they have to get this stuff and then they just show it on Facebook. I'm just like thinking, yeah, that's cool, because everyone's probably thinking, oh, you got it from the car boot. It was a couple of quid, but it wasn't, because you probably paid loads more than that for it. But that's not me getting salty or anything. I don't understand why people do that, but hey, I suppose I'm doing it now in this video. But yeah. Right, and the last thing I got from the car boot. So I looked at this item. I think he said 8 quid. I was just like, because I was like, I don't know if it's going to work or not. Walked around the block. I checked CX and they're like 28 quid, 26 quid they're giving me for it. So I was just like, so I went back and I was like, what's your best price? And I think he said 7. And I said 6. And then he said 6.50. So I was like, yeah, I'll get that. And it was an Xbox One controller. Not this. Oh, it is this one. I noticed this one is the newer version with the headphone jack in the bottom. So that's pretty cool. So I've already traded it in. In fact, I took it in and they were like, well, say that. I didn't take this one in. I took my other one in because I swapped it with this one and they were like, the trigger don't work. And I was just like, it does work, because I tried it before I even came into town. And then he was like, oh, well, we'll test it. And then he went and asked the bloke, and the bloke was like, oh, I'm not testing anything, it's 5 o'clock. So she just dumped them on the shelf, and then I came back later and they were like, oh, it failed. I'm thinking, we didn't even test them. So I think I had that and 2 360 controllers, and they took none of them. So I was just like, you fucking assholes. And then, funnily enough, I took it to this other CX in Leicester, and they took them. So I got my credits worth. So that was the car boot. Not sure if I'll be doing a car. There is a car boot tomorrow. Not sure if I'll be going to that. We'll see. We'll see. What else to show? What else to show? I suppose I'll do these things. I got them off eBay. All these. Oh, well, actually, no, it's a mixture. This first one actually came from Amazon. And obviously, I've noticed on Amazon they've got like a US store now on there. I think it was mentioned before. I think I saw 2TUK did a video on it. I think he bought Final Fantasy Chronicles or something for PS1 from there. So sometimes I go on there and have a quick look, because some of the stuff is like cheap, and I saw this PS Vita game and I thought, I'll get that. And it's Exit Archive for the PlayStation Vita. Not sure. I think I had a quick look on what it is. It's sort of a side-scrolling RPG sort of thing, and I think that was about £8 once it's been transferred from dollars. You can get a PS4 version. I think that was about the same price. But when I checked on YouTube to see what it was, I thought, you know what, it looks more of a portable game. It's not the sort of game I'm going to sit there and play on my TV. So £8, something like that. I can't really remember what it was. And these next two came from NIS America, Europe store. So not, so yeah, from the UK, but yeah, you know what I mean. And they had a sale on, and it wasn't the best sale in the world. But I had some money burning a hole in my pocket, and I thought, I've been after them games for a while. So we've got a 3DS game, Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. I think that worked out about £17. Yeah. And it was 25 quid in CX, and I was just like, Shigami Tensei. So I'm quite interested to play that. I hear it's really brutal difficulty. I hear the difficulty is really, really unforgiving in that. And then I got, I gotta pronounce this one. Digongan Rompe 2, is it? I think that's how you pronounce it. There's quite a few of these games on PlayStation Vita. I've got another one somewhere. Yeah, still sealed, obviously. I think that was about 15 for that one. These hold the value, actually, to be fair. Them ones do. So yeah, them two. NIS America. Right, these next few bits are from eBay. And this first one is actually a PS3 game, and it was only released in America. We did get it, but it was digital only. And I think a lot of the later released the end of the PS3 lifespan was digital. These like quirky titles anyway. I mean, we did get the first two on PS2, but I guess they were just like, no point releasing the third one. And it's Dragon Guard free. And it looks pretty cool. I think I watched a review on that. And I think that was £18 from the UK. Someone over here had like 20 copies on eBay. So, and I think Amazon did actually have that. Actual Amazon UK were selling it. I think they wanted like 30 quid for it. And I was like, probably never going to play it. So, I want it cheap as possible. But here is a pretty good game. So yeah, snaffled that up. This one and this next game I'm really chuffed with. When it came through, I was like, wow, that's really good condition. I think it was £30.50, this one. I've never played it, but I have always wanted to give this a go. I'm not sure if it's an RPG, but it's Landstalker. The Treasures of King Noel. And as you can see, it is in very nice condition. The manual's slightly creasing in the corner there. I've tried to flatten it in a book, but it's not happening. But yeah, and this is a £40 game all day long. So, and in this condition, probably a little bit more. I could have got off CX. That's what I always say to myself. Can I get off CX? But chances of getting it in that condition, not a chance. I mean, like I say, it looks... Oh yeah, this is a role-playing game. So I'd be quite interested to play that. So yeah, that was 30 quid. I thought that was pretty good. Next game is a PlayStation 1 game. I remember seeing this as a kid. I think it was in Hollywood movie store. And I used to always pick it up and go, wow, look at that. What a baby's game that is. And I was just like, but deep down inside I was just like, I really want to play it. And now I can play it. And it's Power Diggers for the PlayStation 1. Again, this one's really nice condition. I think this was $6.99, something like that. So not much. But I just finished watching a chap talk about some like weird, obscure games, and this was one of them. And I was like, you know what? I really want to play that. After watching him play, I was like, that looks really fucking awesome. So I was like, $6.99, yes please. And what's even more cool, when he was talking about it, you can get a controller for this, and it's like a dual stick controller. It's all yellow and looks like a digger controller. Only in Japan you can get this. And I was like, that is fucking awesome. So as you do, go on eBay. I was like, where can I get this controller from? And I think it was like the cheapest ones are £180. And I was like, okay, scratch that. We're not getting the special controller for it. But yeah, I will give that a go because it looks like a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Move all that stuff. Okay, these next few bits. There was I got an email through, said 20% off any purchase on eBay. So I was just like, I'm gonna buy a game because there's thousands of games I want. Could I find a game I actually wanted? No. So I must have spent a good like 2 hours just going through tons of stuff, just thinking, what can I buy with 20% off? I ended up buying this, and I was just like thinking, once I bought it, I was like, that's not actually that cheap, to be fair. And it's I really want this game, and it's a Pack the Rapper, all complete with poster / manual, because the manual is actually on the poster. Which is one thing about this game, you never see it complete. It's quite, because obviously people with the poster, they put it on the wall and then they threw it away. So it's quite nice to see, and whoever's had it before did for the poster right, so it sort of doesn't go back. I'll have to sort that out. I think that was £27.50 I paid for that. And I've got it on PSP, but you've got to have the original, because it's such a weird, unique game. So I'm actually surprised it made it to my house in one piece, because they posted it My Hermes. And as you can see, this is what's left of the... You probably can't see that, but it's been left out in the rain because they threw it over my fence and then just left it in the rain. So the box was just like a big squidgy mess, and I was just like, fuck's sake. So, but it survived. It survived. That's why you never use My Hermes for anything, because they're a bunch of cowboys. Right. Okay, I'll do that. Actually, do this next. So I think, again, this has been shown on Tutti UK's channel. And it's a book, and it's from the works, and it is Playing with Power, NES thingy. And as you can see, I paid £5 for it. It was £10. I was just like, don't really want to pay £10 for it, because I'm not, like, NES is not really at the top of my... I don't have much nostalgia for NES stuff. I can respect what it did. Well, sort of. In America anyway. Not really over here. But yeah. It's quite a nice book to flick through. And not the best condition one. But they only have one left. It's got like dents all over it. It's not too bad. Now I've got to get back in the box. Ah. There we go. So £5. I was like, you know what? That's all right for £5. Right, some charity shop. Now this first one, this is another one. I was watching a video. I can't remember. I think it was PlayStation Access PlayStation. I can't remember what the thing's called, but they did a feature like top 7 most underrated games, and this was on there, and I was just like, oh, it looks pretty cool. And then I went to the charity shop next day, and there it was. I was like, I'll get that. And it's Alpha Protocol for the Xbox 360, also available on PS3. £1.50. Now, the thingy snaps there, so I put it in this little baggie for now. Before, wait, get a replacement case at some point. And it's like it's an action sort of RPG stat building, like a bit like Mass Effect, like a BioWare game, you could say. Lots of dialogue options and stuff. I thought 150. I'll give that a go. And these next few are from the charity shop. So I went in. She has all got some PlayStation 1 games around the back. I was like, oh, okay, I'll have a look at them. They were all like, there's quite a few copies, and I was like, oh, they're all copies. So she threw them all away. There was like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in like, I think it was the original disc, but not the case or anything. So she threw that away. But then there was these two, and I was just like, oh, I'll take them too. So 50p each. I've got Wild 9. This one's actually very nice condition. Manual's slightly creased. I've been told, or I've actually checked, that there should be another manual. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I suppose it comes with another manual with something else in it. So I'm not sure. So Wild 9. And another copy, because I seem to be getting loads of these, of Hogs of War. Not the original black label, because it's just impossible to find. No manual with this one, but 50p. I can't say no. And the case is actually not broke at all, so that's nice. I'll never find a black label version of this. I mean, obviously this is black label, but it's like the classic one you always see. And then just an empty case for. I noticed it's not an original PlayStation case because it doesn't have. It doesn't say PlayStation on here like this one. No PlayStation logo, so I didn't even know they made like fake PlayStation like replacement ones. But yeah, so a free case because she was like, I'm gonna throw it in the bin. And I was like, well, I'll have that. So they were £1. And then I got two more games. These are out on the shop floor. PlayStation 2 games. 50p. Yu-Gi-Oh! Does actually say 75p on it, but she was like, they're 50p in that bin now. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't come with the cards, unfortunately. The free limited edition official game cards inside. It never does. And I just thought this one looks interesting. Treasure Planet, which is an absolutely incredible film. If you haven't seen Treasure Planet, you need to see it. And I hear this game's pretty good. So sort of your typical action platform game. It's made by the people who made Project Gotham. Blizzard? I don't know what they're called. But yeah, I'm actually quite interested to play that one, see if it's any good. Down there. Right, what else have we got? Okay. So I think I showed this game in my last video. And I was in town, Christmas shopping. And I think I bought more stuff for myself than I actually bought for anyone else. As you do. And they had this in game, I think it was 40 quid. So I was like, well, I can take the game out, sell that, and then go from there. And it's South Park, The Fractured Butthole. And I've got the original collector's edition, so I thought this would go quite well. Different size boxes. I'm not really sure why they did that, but they did. So yeah, actually the figure in this is pretty high quality, so I'm actually quite impressed by that. Comes with some cards and stuff like that. I traded the game in to CX. I think they gave me £21 for it, and I took the code out for the extra Stick of Truth game, which I sold on eBay for a tenner. So in theory, that cost me £10 roughly. So I was pretty chuffed with that. I was actually trying to get the Assassin's Creed Origins Collector's Edition. It did go down to $39.99, but they didn't have an Xbox One, which is my platform of choice. Obviously, I was just like, God's sake. But it had it in stock on PS4 for ages, and then I was just like, I might get it on PS4. and I'll just get an Xbox One version, like just the standard version, the Xbox One version. But then they put the price up to like $69.99, and then I was just like, oh fuck that. So I won't be playing Assassin's Creed Origins anytime soon, even though people have been saying how good it is. But anyway, what's next? I'm getting dry throat. I should have came prepared with a drink. Right, bought these from Forbidden Planet. They're having your January sale, you could say. Looking for the books. There's some nice art books, so I was just like, oh, I do like a good art book. I've got quite a few down there. And so the first one I saw was actually The Art of Assassin's Creed Unity, which most people would say is a terrible game. It wasn't the best game, to be fair. To be fair, once they patched it, it was a lot better than it was originally, but it wasn't a very good Assassin's Creed game. Probably because I like naval combat, and this had 0 naval combat. So I think that was $4.99, that one. And I've got most of the others, so I thought, I'll get that one to go with it. So I did. And the next one, and this one, actually, I'm quite intrigued to open this one and have a look. And it's The Art of Castlevania, Lord of the Shadows. So the two more modern ones. I think that was $7.99, that one. And then he had these for 99p. Gears of War Judgment Kilo Swag the Survival Log. Again, I had a look on YouTube to actually see what it was, and it's just like a sort of like a diary of is it Bard, I think. So it's pretty cool actually, because I had a look on YouTube, and there's actually like newspaper clippings, and they're actually, you can look under them and stuff. I thought that's pretty cool. 99p, and I bought two of them because I was like, the 99p. So the only problem with that is the postage from Forbidden Planet. I think it's £5.50, but you can pretty much fill your cart with as much stuff as you want, and it'll still be £5.50. And it came really well packed as well. So I think that was about 20 quid for all that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Do that. Right. I think we're down to the last bit, which is CX. Some really expensive CX stuff here. I've just noticed there's a tooth just there, a tooth off a Dreamcast game. So wonderful. So to start a Dreamcast game, this one's actually got dropped in price loads on CX, and it's not. This one's not the best condition. It's Unreal Tournament for £4. Case is destroyed. The manual's fine, to be fair, and the disc's fine. The back inlay's fine. The only real problem with it, apart from the case, is the front inlay. It's really, you probably can't see on there, but it's really creased. But for £4, I need it. It's what I need, so it's not overly bad. It's just not mint, you could say. So, but I suppose I didn't buy mint, so for £4, I was in there. And this next one, to be fair, I'm not even sure why this is not mint. I can't see anything wrong with it at all. It's a Master System game, Alien Storm. Yeah, now I can't actually see anything wrong with this. Maybe it's the hang tabs missing. I don't know. I don't think they'd mark it down for that. But the actual insides, actually, it looks untouched. Like no one's ever touched it before. Posters in there. Even the manual is crisp. There's a slight crease there. But apart from that, and for £3, I was like, I'm getting that. Getting that. Right, this next one I bought off the website, and it turned up. It's not the best condition, but it's a placeholder. We can always replace it later down the line. I think it was £6, or was it £5, and then £1.50 postage. So, and it's an Xbox original game. So normally I don't really add many Xbox original games to my collection unless I got them at the car boot. But here, this one's quite good JRPG. Could be the only JRPG on the Xbox, really. And it's Metal Dungeon. They had one in stock, and I thought I'll take a punt on that. It's not too bad. The case is fine. There's nothing wrong with the case. The inlay's fine. The disc's fine. It's just the manual, which is, it's been heavily molested, you could say. It's pretty bad. Like even just around there where the staples are, you can see it's like ripped pretty bad. But again, and also I do want to get that game, Blackstone. So that's a action-y RPG. That one's actually fairly expensive. I think it's about 12 quid, that one. So I was like, oh, do I take it back? And I was like, you know what, I can't bother to take it back. So I didn't take it back. So put them down there. Right, what should I do? Right, I'll do this first. I'll leave the most expensive thing to last. So I was on Facebook. I saw someone comment saying, oh, look at the condition of this thing I just got from CX. It was from my local one. I think it was Lion King for the Super Nintendo. And it was mint. Literally, it looked brand new. And I was thinking, is that fake? But then I think you wouldn't fake a £20 game. So, well, I think it was 40 quid or something. And then one of the comments said, from the same person, I've noticed a real nice copy of Streets of Rage 3 in my CX. So I was just like, So I was just like, oh, what CX is this from then, if you don't mind me asking? And he said, Stratford-on-Avon. So I was like, right. So, got back from work, went into town, traded loads of stuff in to get the credit, which I didn't get enough credit because they didn't take any of my stuff. God damn it. Well, they took one of them. So, I went back, added that to my basket, went on, found something else which they had in Stratford-on-Avon, which they didn't have in any other stores. Another thing I bought was Gex. I think this was a £5. Which, take note, this is mint condition, even though it was boxed for a £5. It's got all the pamphlets and everything. So the only thing wrong with that is there's a sticker residue on there, so I don't know why that's not mint. But I'm not really bothered about that game. Anyway, so played the waiting game thinking, oh, come on, because I wanted them to be dispatched together, so I know they've come from that store. So obviously got the email, they were coming from the same store, because obviously that's in there. Get home from work, the package is there, open it up, I'm just like, oh my fucking god, the condition was absolutely atrocious. I don't know what this person on Facebook, he bluffed me. He must have, he laid a trap and I fell for it. He must have. So, no manual, straight off. And I'm like, god damn it. The inlay was water damaged. It was like a freaking roller coaster. So I took it out. It was completely brown on the other side. I was like, what the hell is this? The cart was sun faded. I was just like, I can't believe they even took this in. I think if they took this in, there's just nothing left of the cartridge. So that was that. So I took that back, got some credit. And to be fair, I thought they'd be a bit funny about taking it back, but they weren't. They're just like, why? Why are you returning it? I was like, don't want it no more. So took that back and noticed this thing in the cabinet. So I was like, I did actually trade some stuff in while I was there. Them controllers, which they didn't take, they took them when I went in and got this. So I saw this in the cabinet and I was like, that is very nice. And it's Bravely Second, the Dulux Collector's Edition. And it was 35 quid. And the box is actually really nice condition. This sticker here, this like inlay, is a bit wobbly. But I can deal with that, it's not too bad. The actual contents is really nice condition. As you can see, the figure's sealed, never been used. That's actually factory sealed. The game's open, but it's in there. And then the art book, which is sealed. The only thing which really lets it down is actually, if I open it up, where the art book actually sits. And you can't really see it. The rest of what am I doing? You see the top bit there is actually ripped, like it's creased at the top there. Just across my finger. Excellent camera work by me here. Actually, there's some nice artwork on there. Smells fishy. So, It actually had gone up to 38, but obviously they honoured the price of 35, so that was cool. And then while I was in there, I had a quick look at the other. I went on the internet to see what else they had in stock, because they don't supply the retro stuff in the cabinets or anything like most of them do. Because he was like, we don't have the room for it, and I'm like, well, you've got a whole cabinet with just a row of generic Xbox 360s in there. In fact, this was in the cabinet on its own. There was nothing else in there, just that, and nothing around it. I was like, what? You say you ain't got anything, but there's stuff in there. So I had a quick look through the other stuff. I think they had Zombies for the Mega Drive for 30 quid, which was missing the cover of the manual, and they'd put the sticker on the cartridge just across the label. I was just like, oh my god. But they had this one for a £5, and I thought, you know what, that's actually pretty good condition. And it's Urban Strike. It says 6. It was actually 5 when they scanned it. And to be fair, the only thing wrong with it is the case, really, and just sort of the edge there is ever so slightly gone white. So I might just get a pair of scissors and just gently just cut that a little bit off there. The contents is fine. But it's got a little sticker there. I'm not going to attempt to get that off. And it even comes with the receipt. How cool is that? It was actually under the inlay. And this came from Special Reserve. And it was £35. That's so cool how it's got that in. Yeah. 95. 27th, first 95. And they paid £35 for it. That's so cool to have the original receipt in there as well. When I found that, I was like, that's awesome. Put that back. Try and put it back. So yeah, £5. I think, to be fair, it's these EA cases. They're just not as strong as the other ones. I think the actual plastic of the sleeve is too baggy as well. It just doesn't fit very well. So I think I might try and find a cheap sports game and just transplant this game in there and get a nice copy of it. Maybe I'm being picky. Right, and the last game, it's sort of bittersweet getting this one. So Stuart messaged me to UK saying on one of these in stock. So as I did on the Street Series 3, which I took back, I got home, went down to CX, traded a shit ton of stuff in. Some of it was not in good condition, and they just took it all. So they tested it. So hey, got this, received it. I was just like, and it is. Now I was going to say this is probably one of the rarest games on the Sega Saturn. Courier Crisis. I've never seen one on there before. So I was like, you know what, I'll take a punt. £170 this was. So straight at the back, the case is really badly dinged up. And it's got that wobble kicking off in there. I'm not sure if that's the plastic of the case or is that the actual inlay. I don't know. There's a bit here on the spine which is actually cut through into the inlay. But I reckon in a nice case, this will look a bit better. So I'll get a cheap game, put it in this, and then have a better copy. It's the manual, which is really the real kick in the teeth. And again, this camera's really, you're not going to pick it up. Well, there you go. You can just see it's been absolutely molested. And someone's obviously written in it as well. Which, to be fair, it doesn't really bother me, because it just adds more character to it. It's just like here, really, it's really mangled. And it looks like someone's been eating something while reading it. There's all these splotches of like grease or whatever that is. So yeah, I mean, I suppose it's not mint. It wasn't listed as mint. It was just like... So I was like, you know what, I'll just keep it, because what's the odds of another one coming up on CX? Literally, probably 2 weeks later, the CX Master messaged me again, going, there's these 3 games on CX. I had no credit, so I couldn't bother getting them. And he oh my god, I've lost my train of thought. Been talking too long. So anyway, there was one of these on there, another copy. So you see, I was gonna say this is the rarest game on the Saturn, but another one within 2 weeks, and I was like, don't worry, it's probably in shit condition. There's no manual. Lo and behold, someone on Facebook's like, look at this, look at the condition of this. And theirs was absolutely mint, and I was just like, motherfuckers. And I couldn't, it's eating me up inside just thinking about it. But yeah, anyway, £170. And I shouldn't really moan, because here's the stuff I traded in, and I worked out how much it cost me. So for £121.40, the stuff on there, so £121 worth, £20 is what I paid for all that stuff on there. So, can I really argue? I mean, not really, but... And to be fair, this stuff on here has actually gone up in price. A lot of this stuff is like £2-3 more, so I would have got even more, but... Hey, it's CX for you. Not sure who actually buys some of that stuff for that price in CX, but... Like a PlayStation 2 controller is like £15. That's what they sell it for. I'm just like, I'm not sure who's even buying that. But yeah, sort of, yeah. So now I'll say Swagman is probably the rarest game on Saturn. Or maybe Kilo Flying Squadron 2. One of those. And the last thing I'm going to show you, which is, I don't have the console for these games, but I was in my local game shop. I don't really go in there that much because the prices are all over the place and the people who run it are not very nice people. So I went in there and they had a whole case just full of Atari Jaguar games, and you just don't see them because no one bought them. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they got the console. So the first thing I was like, I've got the console, and he's like, we just sold it. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, how much did you sell it for? And he's like, 120 quid. I was just like, fucking hell. And he was like, oh, it was in mint condition. I was like, shut up, stop talking to me. So I had a quick look at the games, and the first one which jumped out at me, and I was just like, wow, that's cheap. This was 55 quid, was Rayman. And this, and funnily enough, CX have started selling Jaguar games, and this is their most expensive game. Like a mint version of this is their most expensive game. And I think it's £170. Now this is not mint, but it's not bad. Just there, you got your... I think the fucking retard in the shop did that, to be fair. He did not know how to handle, like, boxed games. The manual's pretty good. Like I said, the box, the spines, the edge is great. I did doubt whether it was a... reproduction, but it's not, because it's got the official Jaguar sticker on it there, which is only seems to be on the last release games, I think. I don't know, I'm not really an expert. And the manual, which is alright apart from there, which is ripped. I fold that down, and a bit creased up there. The tray, it's all there, and the cartridge. Now that in CX, they'll give me 54 quid for that. I paid £54.99 for this copy, which may seem like a lot, but like I say, CX will give me 90 something quid for it if they classified it as mint. They probably wouldn't, but it's just one of those games which I thought if I had a Jaguar, I'd really want that game, and I just saw it and thought that is definitely worth £54.99. So I bought that one, and I was pretty chuffed with myself. Move that. I'm not going to put it back now. I think they had Alien vs Predator, and again it was lovely condition. I asked to look at it. I think it was £59.99, but the front of the box there'd been a sticker on it, and someone had obviously put, I don't know what they'd used to get it off, white spirit or something, and it was just completely, it was all scratch marks in it, and it just gone white pretty much where the sticker had been. So I was like, nah. And I noticed the controller layovers were missing as well, so, which I was thinking they might have been in with the console, like, altogether, but I don't know. And the other game I bought, and to be fair, this is nowhere near like Rayman levels of like expensiveness. I think this was 45. This one, let's get it out. Probably slightly better than Rayman. Probably not actually. It's a Ultra Vortec, and I believe this is a fighting game. Again, it's got the thing there. It's probably the retard in the shop did that. Again, the box is really nice condition. So, and I believe in CX for a boxed version it's £60. So it's cheaper than CX. I'm not even sure how much this is going to get traded into CX. I don't really think many people are going to trade these in because it's just not. I believe Game was selling them in 2003 still for like 10 quid from what I read. Right, and tying in with them delicious finds is these replacement boxes for Jaguar games. And I think these were £2.75 each. But I had 20% off, like the Papa the Rapper game. So I just thought I'll just buy one of each game, which this bloke's selling. And these are all official stuff, supposedly leftovers from wherever. Yeah, I thought I'd buy one of each one. Now, what really pissed me off about this is so it's £2.75 for one. It's £1.50 more if you want it posted in a stiffened envelope with some cardboard in it. And it's probably my own fault really, but I thought, well, I'll just buy one of each, so you can post them all together. Because instead of it's probably costing £1, it's like what's the first class stamp to post that? £1. So if I bought them all separately, you're talking like 12 quid. So I thought, well, he'd probably put a bit of card in there or something because he's saving a fortune on postage. Nope, no card in there. So none of them were really too crushed, apart from this one, which was bigger. And this is Mist CD. I didn't even know it was a CD version. This is huge compared to the thingy ones. Well, not huge, but this one's just been crushed to fucking all holy hell. It probably won't be too bad once it's together. It's mainly just the flappage. So it's just fucking annoying. Like, you'd think, well, he's bought loads, I'm saving a fortune on postage. I just put 2 bits of cardboard in there, but I suppose, what are you going to do? So the rest are all fine, apart from Club Drive. Again, the flappage has got a crease on it. Again, I'm not too fussed about that. So, Club Drive, there's all 2, Supercross 3D, Ruiner Pinball, Cybermorph, Checkered Flag, Iron Soldier, Doom, Attack of the Mutant Penguins, Fever Pitch, and Missile Commander 3D. So like I said, they're all original Atari boxes. He did have a few more on, which sold out like just a few days before I bought these, including Atari carts, which would have been a quite nice one to get. But I noticed someone bought like all of them. I think he had 4 Atari kart ones, and someone bought all of them. I don't really know why, but I guess they thought, oh, that's a really rare game. But yeah, and there was a couple more which I didn't add, which I thought I'd added all the ones he had. I think there was Pitfall, which he had. I didn't add that. Before I got 20% off, so they worked out about £2, 4p each, something like that. But I just thought, you know what? Instead of hunting down mint copies of stuff, I can go for one, find one which is like battered to fuck, and then just throw the box away if it's like really badly damaged, and then just put the content from it in a new box. if the content's good as well. So a lot of the time, if they've just been in a box in someone's attic, then the box is going to get battered. But yeah, so for a couple of quid each, I thought, I'll get that. And that is it. We've done it. All my pickups from the last month, because it's tough to try and get some alone time with a kid. So it's nice just to sit down and talk. I'm sure that's everything. Well, I'm sure if I find something else, it'll be in the next video. I hope everyone's doing well. The next event I'll be going to, if anyone's interested, is probably the Super Retro Games Fair in Leeds on June the 23rd, I think it is. I'm probably going to have a stall, just get rid of my duplicates and stuff. I was going to do Doncaster, but to be fair, I mean, they put the price up on the stalls, which sort of pissed me off. I think I've spoke about this before. I don't know, I might have a table, but I thought, to be fair, I didn't sell much last time I went, and I thought for the price it cost me for the stall and getting down there, I didn't really think it was worth it. It was nice going in early, and like looking around, which I suppose is a perk of getting a stall. But I know I shouldn't really say, I didn't make much money, because that sounds like I'm in it just for the money, but it's not really. I'm in it just to make money so I can buy more stuff for the collection. But yeah, so I was sort of disappointed with it. Maybe it was the time of the year. So there is a video games market in Doncaster on March the 20th or something like that. So there's still time. I may have a table there, but we'll see. But if I'm there, I look forward to seeing you guys. Come speak to me. Come say, your videos are shit quality and are rubbish. But anyway, that's enough talking, because my ass has gone numb from sitting on this fucking beanbag. So as always, guys, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.